Time is moving on. We now have a kitchen, sort of. But before we finish the kitchen, we've got to demolish the bathroom. Right, I've already made a start by taking the old sink out, and the next thing to do is to take the shower unit out, because that wall there is where the door's going to be. Why? You got a perfectly good door, I hear you cry. Yes, I know, but the door kind of opens out into the living room now, so it's going to go round the corner here, where I'm going to rebuild all this bit to be a nice seating area, entrance area, and the door will now be next to the front door, where it used to be many years ago before somebody else decided to block it up. So, see, sink's gone, shower's about to come out, toilet is going from there to where the sink was, the sink is going to go to where the door was, and the shower is going to go where the toilet was. Yeah, I hear you cry. That seems like an awful lot of mucking around, Martin. Yes, that is an awful lot of mucking around. But it needs to be done. And it's the final big job in the house, which will leave only one wall in the house that hasn't been beggared about with over the last 2 years. So, on we go. So after a long afternoon's work, we have nearly an empty bathroom. Where the sink used to be, there's a hole in the ground. Where the toilet used to be, there's a hole. Where the shower used to be, there's a hole. The floor's all up and about. So I've just shoved this bit back temporarily, because the next job to do is to make a hole there for a new doorway. That'll be nice.
There used to be a landmark here. I tell you, dear, I wouldn't lie to you. A place of glass, concrete steel. In the past, I was here when it was new, and I didn't know that it wouldn't last. Whatever the changes and lessons I learned, this country's now that we're not here. Some empires fell and they appeared again. The barbed wire walls, a cold divide, a checkpoint spy. I was here when it was true, and I didn't know that it wouldn't last. Whatever the changes and lessons I learned from the past, at least I hope it's true. I'd hate to make the same mistakes again. We live and we grow. Write the future here today and shape tomorrow's dreams in our own way.
Well, not a bad day's work. Got something decent going. However, the water had ingressed somewhat, making that wooden piece up the side is rotten to about here. And I think that piece goes all the way to the ceiling. So all in all, not a bad day's work. all the old pipework's been ripped out. I've still got a shower behind me. It's not a shower, it's a bath. I've got the bath and the shower attachment, so we can still have a wash. That's hunky dory. Toilet upstairs works, so we don't have to worry about that. And tomorrow I shall worry about getting a bit of floor down and getting that doorway fixed, and the rest of the plaster down on that wall. Or I might have a wee go at this wall here and see what we can do. New day, new t-shirt, new works. Yesterday we did all this. So far today, I've been taking all this down. So we've got the tiles off, got the lath and plaster off. And I finally found out what that little triangular thing was up in the ceiling. Turns out it's just a little triangular bit of wood. Now, the next thing to investigate, I'm pretty sure, 99.9% sure, although I wouldn't have started this job in the first place, that this here piece of wood ain't structural. I know for certain it's not structural, which means none of these uprights are structural, because this wall is coming down. That wall stays, but that wall stays, but it's going to get extended. So that wall will stay and it will extend over this gap. So we shall see what we shall see when I start knocking bits of wood out upstairs. Not upstairs, top of the cupboard. What used to be a cupboard in the hallway. What used to be a doorway. Oh, the lovely lath and plaster. Yuck. Oh, hateful stuff. But it's got to come out. What a mess. Nearly there. I can start rebuilding. Non-structural piece of wood. But this is the major move. This one. See that out of the picture. Pretty much moves over somewhere there. Eventually. I'm going to take all the nails out of it. And we'll have a nice big space. Almost an entrance hall. Ooh. Previously on this channel, I just mentioned, if not discussed, a little weird bit of sticky out triangular shaped roof that I couldn't work out why it was there. I finally have. It was this little piece of wood. Okay, why would they need that little piece of wood? I hear you cry. Well, originally, it seems, which I suspected, there was a piece of wood that went all the way over here and would have come down between the two windows, because the toilet used to be here and was in a separate room with its own door, and the bathroom was on this side with its own door, which is now gone. And when they were separating it, they had to take the wall down in between the two, and they just cut up there at a little 45-degree angle and took the beam away so they could put in a nice new ceiling. Huh. So there you go. Now we know. You know how I love a good demolish. When I've been chewing on dust for a while, we're now to a point we can do something useful. where the original door was. We're all back to whatever the frame was. All done, all tidy. Not touching that wall because that's going to be basically boxed in behind where the pipe is, so not really a crisis. And now trying to work out how I'm going to build my nice little cupboard in here. And from the other side you can see the lie of the land. Well, here it goes. Little bit of progress being made, little bit, but again it's all sort of being designed on the fly. So here's the idea, sort of. Where we are here is going to be where the little seating area is, and then it goes into a little cupboard area because the door between hall and kitchen is going to be there. That side will be plasterboard, but in here, cunning reuse of old wardrobe to make an internal little cupboard for coats to go next to the seating area. Not all solid yet, still, you know, measuring up and getting everything square, but as a, you know, proof of concept, it seems to be working. I'll continue and see what happens. And so the bathroom wall comes down. Told you there was nothing holding it up. So today I had to move the soil pipe T around by 180 degrees and do a little bit of rejigging on the floor. But I discovered more rotten wood down there than was really very useful. So I've made things worse in the short term. I used to have a floor. I no longer have a floor. So, but as you can see, the T is around. It's now going in the right direction because the toilet's going to be over there, so that's a bit better. And I've sort of investigated a few bits and pieces down here onto how to get this all back together. That sleeper wall there makes life a lot easier. But tomorrow's job is basically putting the joist back in and trying to get some semblance of a doorway in place. Then I can fill this side. Whee! Alright, first job this morning. Cut out all the rotten wood back to the good solid wood. Give me something to join back onto. Well, I have made progress. Yes, I've now got floor. It's just laid down at the moment because the wife kind of insisted, I'm sick of you balancing on those beams. Put the floor down, put the floor down. But I've still got pipes to put underneath it, darling. Put the floor down, you can always take it back up again when you put the pipes in. Yes, darling. So, I now have floor. Woohoo! As I say, just laid down at the moment. So the joists underneath are all sorted, and the old door that used to be there is now here. So, as I say, used to be in that spot, is now in there. But as it's a 680 door, and the original door here was a full-size 721 or whatever they are. I'll have to bring the edge in a little bit, but that's okay. I can infill at that point and do it. But it does mean that I've got a doorway, and a floor. Yes. Pipe work to do next, and when the pipe work's in, floor down properly, plasterboard.
That's a plaster adhesive to the brick to hold the plasterboard. Martin loves that job.
As I paused for lunch on another day, we made a little bit of more movement. Come inside, come inside. And we have plasterboard on a wall. Yay! Oh, right. Dot and dabbed on the right hand side, as you can see. No screws there to the screws, and then across to the new bits. So that is a good starting point. And this afternoon I shall do this corner, and we'll see how we get on from there. Maybe even hang a radiator. So we now have a little poo pipe enclosed in this little box. All the plasterboard is done. Everything's hunky dory. That's just lying up against the wall ready to be fitted. But I've got the floor up again. But there's a good reason for getting the floor up, because this morning we had the bathroom bits delivered. So I've got to fit the toilet and the shower tray today, and its associated plumbing. So this morning I've got the new poo pipe installed. Yuck. But that's done now and happy. I've just got to put the floor back down here so I can work out where the hole for the shower tray drain is going to be, and then plumb that into the waste pipe, and then that's all the plumbing done. I can put the floor down. That'd be nice, and maybe by the end of the day we might have a downstairs toilet again, if not a downstairs shower and bath. Floor temporary down one last time so I can get the shower tray in place and mark out where the hole for the drain is going to be. Right about there, methinks. Looking good. Yep. Just when I thought everything was hunky-dory. Not quite. Now, I go through this pain so you don't have to. Let me explain. What we have here is a close coupled toilet. Now, you have the out from the siphon here, you have the into the toilet there, and between the two goes this little washer. Now, that's good. That washer sits over this piece here, nice and snugly, and then that all sits on there, nice and snugly, and stops the water coming back up this way and into your pan. Except on this particular toilet, you'll find that you put this washer down, at the front, it doesn't seal properly because it's hanging over the edge there. Look, press that down, you get a little raised bit here because there's not quite enough room for the washer. Now, I didn't realise that, so when I first did my first test flush, whoosh, water flowing out. So, design error. Thank you chaps that designed this. It does not quite work. So what I'm going to have to do is trim a couple of mil off the front of this washer so it sits in the hole properly. Bad designer. Bad designer. So finally, with a bit of tweaking and judicious use of some plumber's mate, I have a functioning toilet in the downstairs again. Yee-hoo. Nice. All modern soft close too. Very sophisticated. Now, next job, let's build a shower enclosure. Things are moving faster now. We have lovely plaster. Bathroom is plastered. Deep joy. A couple of days to dry that lot out. Nice coat of paint. Get bored, but it does mean while the plaster is drying, I can get into this corner here and fit the shower. Also, if we go through here into the corridor, I'm starting to do the remedial work on the ceiling here, and if you remember way back in video 1 where we installed that lintel right at the beginning, that's gonna get over plastered tomorrow, as is all this Artexy crap, and all in here will be plastered, at which point I will have no excuses. There is nobody else I'll be waiting on, no tradesman to do anything, everything will be down to me. Ooh. But it'll all be over by Christmas. And thanks to Magic Mark the plasterer, we now have all the plastering done. Putting those lovely curves in the wall again. Everything done and happy doggy. And whoa, ready to go. And in the bathroom we have, on her day off this week, applying the mist coat to the bathroom plaster, which is now dry. So that's the ceiling and the walls in here, and then we'll start putting up the pretty stuff. And with much swearing and gnashing of teeth, we have a working bath. Yay! Hot and cold running water. Yeehaw. Right, on with the next bit. Let's get the shower in place. See, nearly finished. We're into the decorating stage now. Oh,
Well done.
Daddy's little
Go
helper.
all the way down, Sarah. Yeah.
Earning your corn. Now, I do apologise for the lack of watching me actually doing anything videos, but as it's always been with the case with this series, they are not instructional videos. They are just for me and my friends and family to have a laugh at me struggling with DIY. But here we are, story so far, and did all this installation without taking any videos of it. We have a bath in place, we have a toilet in place and working, and we have a shower in, well, shower cubicle in place. Big quadrant, single door. Woo! Look at that. Power of doing. Just got to do the inside of that window now for this bit and put the shower itself in. Once the silicone dries, we'll have a working shower. So, as this video is now knocking on for 25 minutes long, I think that's a good point to stop for this episode. And the next episode should be the look, everything's finished one, and that'll be the end of season 2. And we can start thinking about the outside and the garden in the spring. But for now, that's where we got to. Bye.
Makes the same mistake.